Corner here once again. I mean, who else to better, narrate is actually I've got the audiobook already, but I'm doing uh making YouTube videos of my entire book as a screen video. And anyway, it's my memoir, My Life as an Expat, Part One, the first 15 years, 1985 to 2000. And let's see, where are we going to go? This is the book on a Kindle Previewer, which is a free download, and it looks great. I got 250 pictures in this book, full page color images. There's a timeline. Anyway, I did all this before in a video, so let's go to. I'll do the preface. Why not? I was just going to go to chapter one, but I'll do the preface. Okay, preface. I have to preface this memoir of mine by telling you the only reason that I wrote it is because I just couldn't let this amazing story of mine simply go fade away and go to my grave with me. It's way too good for that. I mean, I'd lay in my bed here in Thailand and think about all those unbelievable things that had occurred during this journey of mine, and that if I didn't share it with mankind, well, it just wouldn't be right. What can I say? So I took this thing on, and it ended up being the best decision of my life. It all started when I took what appeared to be an innocent 2 week ski vacation to Innsbruck, Austria, and then decided not to get on that return flight to Chicago because Europe seemed so cool. So instead, took a train headed south with no destination in mind except for warmer weather, and ended up getting off in Nice, France because of a guy I met on the train who worked as a model there. Next thing I know, I get signed by his model agency, and with days I'm working as an extra in an episode of that old American series, The Love Boat. And well, I spent most of the next 15 years, or 35 years, excuse me, living and working all over the world. I mean, none of this was planned. It was all right out of the blue, inadvertent, if you will. And I just went with the flow. And here I am, some 35 years later, writing this memoir about this amazing journey of mine from my home in Pattaya, Thailand, which just happens to be sit right on the Gulf of Thailand. Woe is not me, I can assure you. Honestly, I really had no choice but to write this book. Excuse me, because my story was way too amazing and unbelievable and one of a kind to simply let die with me. I just couldn't let that happen. I mean, hell, I ended up modeling in Nice and then Paris. And then, because of his suggestion from a photographer during a photo shoot there, I wind up in Singapore working as a model and actor there, and ended up falling in love with Southeast Asia. Then, after working a few commercials in Singapore, I decided that I liked acting and jet off to New York for a year to study acting at HB Studio. And that old magic continued as I worked with Liberace one day during his show at the ice rink at Rockefeller Center, where I worked as a skate guard as my day job. And then out of the blue, I fly to Hong Kong, where I would end up becoming the most booked actor, model, expat in town, landing featured roles in local movie productions one after another, including a speaking role in Kickboxing with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And hell, I even landed the back cover of the New Yorker and an ad for United Airlines, which was shot in a birdcage restaurant in Hong Kong. Not bad for a drunken stockbroker from Chicago who had never been anywhere in his life prior to that 2 week ski trip to Innsbruck. And then after 2 years in Hong Kong and right out of left field, I'd moved to Thailand where I would immediately get cast in a film production there where I would actually have a scene with Richard Crenna and even have a few lines in a made for TV movie called Last Flight Out. And then after that, I would change careers and start shooting sexy Thai girls just for the fun of it. And boy, was it fun. And end up becoming the most prolific photographer of Asian girls in the world, shooting 100 girls altogether during this right out of the blue career of mine, selling this stuff to major magazine publishers worldwide, including Larry Flint, whose brand new magazine, Asian Fever, would feature my shots on almost every single cover that first year, including on that very first issue in 1999. I mean, I ended up living in a 31st floor penthouse suite in Bangkok, making tons of money, and life was literally fantasy come true right out of the blue. Anyway, it just goes on and on from there. And in fact, much of what you read in this old memoir of mine, you'll have a hard time believing, and I don't blame you. But I assure you that what you read here happened exactly as it was written. And to quote Bob Dylan from one of those great songs of his that would be appropriate here is, "Who are you that I should have to lie?" I'd also like to point out that there are over 200 full page color images contained in this book that were taken along the way, and I consider these images every bit as important as the text itself because they put you right in my shoes at a certain place in time, and their value can't be overestimated. Anyway, part one covers the first 15 years of this incredible journey of mine when all this, shall we say, magic occurred. Part two covers the last 20 years, all of which were spent in Thailand, and all of the magic that occurred in part one would give way to utter chaos and destruction due to the fact that this alcoholic starts drinking after 13 years sober, and then add to that a brand new drug addiction in the mix, and boy, oh boy, what ensues is pretty damn terrifying. Did I mention that I'm an alcoholic and when I drink, all hell breaks loose? That's about enough out of me. I've included some images of the magazines and some screenshots from the movies, and also a shot of me and Liberace working the 50th anniversary celebration at Rockefeller Center that day, just so you'll know that I'm not a BSer. See what pictures do? All right, well, that's enough. There's a little more to this preface, but I'm not going to do it. I'll end it there. And it is July 21st, 2026. I'm Brad Kerner. This is I'm attempting marketing my memoir, My Life as an Expat, by Brad Kerner. Okay, take care.